Welcome back to the video. Hope you're having a great week. We're back at the Purple Turd. For once, it's not raining this week, and we've actually got rid of all those leaks upstairs, which is fantastic. The weather's been helping us out. But we're working on this aircon pod, which is left in the boot. Now I need to get the boot empty for Sam to start doing the electrical work, and this bleeding thing here will not come out. Now we've figured out that it's riveted into the actual main structure of the bus, so we've just got a crowbar out, a drill piece, and we're going to have a go at removing that to try and get it to a point where we can get this fully empty. So other updates this week, obviously we haven't got any leaks in the roof now because they're fully sealed up, which is great. Insulation has turned up for the roof, which we'll talk about later on. Luna's just said hi, I don't know where she's gone. So now we're going to try and get in here, we'll get Poppy in, get the drill on and start drilling out some rivets.
So now I'm just going to get some rivets out with the drill, but you have to like poke it in the hole and go really slowly.
I'll put a bit of pressure on.
Just cut that out.
Can you see some rivets?
Yeah. Daddy, just cut that.
Perfectly well. There's also some underneath here, and some down there, and some on the side. So I think it's probably best we put on a time lapse, Pop, so you can still do them.
Okay.
And go one at a time. Oh, so you join me underneath the unit. Now, underneath here, we just pull this out with the angle grinder, which is like a void. There's a drain, but there's also a metal frame here with that nut. So we take that nut off. Oh, I can't even show you there, that nut there. And that might hopefully release the back bar off to loosen it off. So let's see what that gets. Probably just got in there with the ratchet and getting it off slowly but surely. Not much space in there, is there, Poppy? So we've done a bit of leveraging. It's budged, and we just found another bolt all the way down this bottom corner there. So we're going to get that one out, and hopefully that will release the bottom off to get in. Sorry the camera work's not great, it's a bit tight. It's moving.
Yeah, move.
Right.
Is it heavy?
It's a bit big, this.
Leaking.
It's leaking fluid. That's alright. Right. It's moving. We've got the drain off, which hopefully means it will come out now. It weighs a bloody ton. Right. Weighs a ton. I want to chuck it out of that window, Phoebes.
Okay.
Then we'll move it to the trolley. We'll get the trolley van and put it in the trolley.
Okay.
You stand back while I pull across.
Okay.
Oh, straight inside. Oh, right, okay, watch out. Everyone clear? Oh, hold on. Got cables on it now. That's that one. And that's that one. Right, you ready? Yeah. Covered in oil, which is great. Don't have to wash my feet. One big. Look how much bigger that is now. What's a good idea, Phoebes?
So you could use that as like storage.
Yeah.
For like food.
But the kitchen's not going there anymore. That's the bathroom. So the water tank sits here rather than here. We're getting this space here, and then the water tank's right behind the shower.
So you can use that as like your panel to put the tap on.
Right, let me go and get some oil off and crack on. Right, so now we're all washed up. Got a bit more scrap here.
Wow.
Basically it's like the aircon. So obviously what I've just noticed as well. Oh, the scrap pile trolleys here. This vent here is obviously sucking in the air. So obviously we've got a bit of a vent there as well, which is good. But it's a fair old space that was in there. Oh, straight through to the cap. Yeah, come and look at this. When I was picking earlier at the cables, we know the wheel arches need doing, so it wasn't too much of a surprise. But look, all the stuff that fell out. It's all fell out of this one arch here. The metal's good though. The actual metal for the bus is good, so that's alright. Obviously we just need to put some new liners in because this one just collapses. But that's not a problem.
Is this grass?
It's like moss. Like a bird's nest almost, isn't it?
What's that?
So yeah, we need to get this swept up next as well.
What's that?
So, next job is we've got this installation, which is this bottle lid recycled insulation that we're going to run in the roof.
Recycled plastic.
Recycled plastic, yeah, like a plastic out there. Just the wind. It's free. We've got 4 rolls of this. So what we're going to do is, we've got some glue, and literally we're going to run it as one full piece all the way down the bus and lines, then cut the squares out and tuck the excess in with the glue. So we'll see how we get on with that. So Luna's got a question. What's your question, Luna?
Why do you need a lot of insulation?
Why do we need a lot of insulation?
For the roof?
Yeah, so that's for the walls.
Yeah.
That's for the roof, because the roof...
Did all the walls?
We've done the walls up here, haven't we? So that's for the roof to keep you nice and warm. So it keeps you warm and it keeps you cool. That's why we need lots of it. Is that alright?
Yeah.
So should we put some more in?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've opened all the air vents. The windows open the back for ventilation because we're using very powerful glue. And we'll see how we go. Feels nice, doesn't it?
It feels like cotton wool.
Like cotton wool. What side do you reckon you put on? Do you reckon you put the plastic side on?
There's no plastic side on it. It's
Yeah,
just
there is.
No, it's just fluffy.
Oh, is it just fluffy on both sides? So what's that?
Is that not?
Is it not attached? Oh, I think that's how it's packaged up. Right, well, let's get started. There's not many rolls in there, is there? I don't think we've got enough. What do you reckon?
I don't know.
We'll see how we get on.
A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me.
When it rains, it rains. So it's Saturday night. I'm just editing tomorrow's video, which is our 1 year birthday of owning the Purple Turd video. I'm just finishing off editing that. It's pitch black in here because I've had to put my laptop into the lights, but it's absolutely chucking it down. Now, you would have seen the installation going earlier. We've discovered some more leaks, which when I turn the lights on, I will show you. So this is, I guess, a bonus of having it parked outside. When we have a rainstorm, I found 4 of the locations where we've got leaks that I can now fix and get sorted. But back to editing. Yeah, we've got a bit of a puddle. Quite a big puddle coming in from there. That's obviously where I filled it. It looked like it's still there, but it's obviously not. I'm going to move this back. So I've got that one there. It's like a bloody shower. What else we got? I'm still editing. There's a leak down that very bottom there. Let me zoom you in. Down there. Put a light back on. We've got some water down there as well, which we need to look at. But yeah, a few leaks. It is not nice out there though. The yard's actually flooded. Both the buses are underwater. Don't look deep, but it is about a couple of inches. Can't say we've got a drought now, surely.
Self-build camper of the week.
Now obviously most of you that watch the channel know that that bus cost us under 10 grand to build, convert and buy. I always love looking at camper vans that have done something slightly different and things on a budget. And that's where John comes into it. He's got a Mercedes Vito that he converted for under £1,000. Now obviously the van cost him a bit more, but John uses that as his daily. So he uses it for work. John works for me. So he uses it for work, he uses it for holidays, he uses it to go to the airport. And he wanted this van because it goes under the airport height restrictions. He's thought it all out. So let's take you for a tour around his van and see what he's done for under £1,000. All right, John.
Yes, hello.
Right, tell us, what van is it?
It's a Mercedes Vito. It's a 2015, but it's a 2014 model. Is it right on the border?
It's like on the crossover here,
yeah,
isn't it?
but it's had a better MOT record. So
tell us a bit about the van. So you got it from somewhere in Doncaster, didn't you?
yeah, East Lane Commercials. They were really good, really good. Couldn't have asked for better. They gave me a 3-month warranty on it as well, which was fabulous. Took me all one as trade-in. Yeah, it's been fantastic since I've had it. No issues whatsoever.
And it was an housing association van. Is that
Yeah,
right?
we're ex-sanctuary housing, yeah.
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 So, tell us what you've done to the van.
Right, so in the back, obviously the first thing you'll notice is the awning. Just wanted something that went with the drop-down boot, so we've gone for just a simple Remo awning. And in the back I've just put like a little partition wall, nice lightweight partition wall, just separating it off. This is a sort of kitchen area. We do have a little oven which plug in. We also have a fridge down there, which is a brand new fridge because the other one just blew up a couple of weeks ago. And I'm just working on a unit area at the moment. So the drawers store all our clothing. That's a little kitchen area, but that's a bit of a work in progress. Let's have a look around the other side. So obviously I use this as a day-to-day van. So work-wise, I put a lot of work, sports equipment and things under the seats. Keeps nice and clean. This is the bed. It is actually just a fold-up bed, which I bought from Argos, I believe. And it does the job. I put it crossways because it gives us more room for a toilet and sink. And we've got a little awning at the side, which gives me that little bit of leg room because I'm 6'2", so need a bit more length.
And what do you use the van for? Is it mainly campsites, John, or do you go off-grid in it?
I tend to use campsites, to be honest with you. We tend to go to a few favourites. We've got a favourite up in Pickering. This is obviously Haxley is a new favourite of ours. So yeah, we tend to go around. Off grid we could do. I do have the equipment for it, but I prefer to go on sites and you know, chill out and have the facilities on there.
And have you got any more trips booked this year?
Yes, yep. We're off to Camper Calling next weekend, which is a music festival in Warwickshire, 4-day festival. Where that is actually off grid, so I will be testing out some of the little tricks such as the solar panel I bought off Temu. That's the one.
Oh, it's not split charge. We have to get you talking to
split
Sam.
charge. I'll have to have a word with split charge.
We have to have a word with split charge about that. Sound cool. What's one thing you couldn't live without in the van when you go away, John? Like anything. What's the one thing you couldn't live without? I know which one it is in my head.
I think the toilet, to be honest with you.
Toilet. I was going to go with the beer fridge, if I'm honest.
Well, yeah, the beer fridge, yeah, but the toilet's nice and handy to have on a night. So I built a unit for it just this year, and it's just nice and handy to have in the middle of the night. That's that one. And we've got the built-in sink there as well. But yeah, I think the toilet. I'm sure Lindsay would say the same as well.
Yeah. So with the sink, because this always fascinates me when we talk about it. That's a USB powered sink, isn't it? It recharges up.
USB power tap, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
right.
it charges up, and it's got a little box down there with some water in that pumps it up and then goes into a waste box, which is really, really useful. John, thank you very much for showing us around your £1,000 camper van conversion. Have you got any top tips for anyone that may be thinking of buying a van and doing a cheap conversion to get them out on the road?
Yeah, just do it, and it's amazing what you learn and pick up off YouTube videos and things like that. But basically, a lot of the stuff in here is just bought from shops. So basically, if I can do it, anybody can do it. So go for it.